worry, it's coming soon. But hopefully everyone saw first the Blitz update. Yeah, has everyone seen that bit? And has everyone been able to take a look at their data so far?
Mm-mm.
Has anyone done that and been like, "Oh wow, interesting. My life just became a lot easier."
I got booted out of Wingman, so
Did you?
I can't speak for that. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
mess there. We'll talk later.
So before I get into some of the really juicy stuff, I'll share it then because I think mine is still working. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, okay, I'll do it from here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, here. Oh, it's recording now. Great. So let's go ahead and share full screen here. Beautiful. So remember, everyone you can access with the little goose up here. But every Friday, oh yeah, log me out too. Cool. Let's see. All right, great. So every Friday, the health bar here. Let's wig it out. These update every Friday. This is measuring all the changes in your community from traffic, conversion, engagement, retention, and then, of course, also rank growth and MRR. Then when you activate this button, it gives you a drop down of up to 3 things that are just like, here's what you do for the next week, and if you do that, life is good. So that's the piece that we're going to start announcing every Friday. That should be pretty helpful, and we're tying it in with the Blitz because it's kind of like it's cool to have a time where you work on relationships for your personal and business life, and then like health for personal and business life. So now we don't have to choose; you get both, basically. Any questions about that? Because I posted a little detailed thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have. Me?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's every Friday, and I forgot last Friday, and then now I'm logged out. So does it have to be Friday? Can you check on that on Saturday or Monday, for example?
Yes, you can. The button goes live every Friday, so you have to click it. Could be on Saturday, could be on Sunday. But if you wait until Friday, then it's still the same button, but different data.
So it resets on Friday. That's what you mean?
That's right. Yeah, it
Okay.
basically compares how you performed last week to this week. So you're always looking at a very close angle of what's dropping, what's going well, that sort of thing.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Any other questions about that one? Sweet. All right. Now, hopefully, that's going to simplify a lot of what everyone does here. The next part that I want to go over, it's a little bit of a back and forth here because the cohort will be launching soon. And I sort of want to hear what are the juiciest things that I could share or teach. I had made that post. I think if we maybe I should share that one more time actually. If I show you this was actually a totally unexpected part of our camp. Like I was just doing this because I thought it would be a fun thing to do, and it really started kicking off recently. Like this part is crazy. This is crazy.
Yes.
The number of people that now message and are like, "Hey, I think I saw you in a Facebook group somewhere," is insane. This the crazier part about all of this is that what's been happening recently with it, uh, like since we really started putting on gifts, like actually trying to do stuff with it, it took off like a rocket. And so this is what a lot of the team was talking about. They're like, hey, you know what? It would probably make a lot of sense for whatever you do with the cohort to make sure it includes like the same formula that you did with school and the ads and this, because it's the same shit pretty much. So I would want to hear from all of you, what's like the craziest, like if you could just like download information on how to scale numbers and like maybe it's gifts, maybe that's what you want to do, right? Maybe it's regular content, which is what we're about to do. What would be that thing and why? What would be the unlock? I'm curious. And if I could help with that.
Well, I will break the ice. Hi there.
All right, Joanna.
Hi again.
I'm struggling. I'm struggling with move my free members to paid members, for example, and I'm giving value. I'm receiving feedback, but it's all for free, and I cannot do everything for free. I need to eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
That's my struggle, and I'm not sure how to move from there. I know I'm not good at selling. I
Mm.
I know that there are some prospects because there is these people that I help and they tell me thank you and they give me great feedback, and I know I should in that moment write a message or do something to tell, okay, now you can pay me for the next thing, and I don't do it.
I hear you. Do you have a high ticket, low ticket offer?
I Yes, but it's not freemium. I have paid classrooms. It's like
One
with,
time.
yes,
Oh, okay. All right. And that's it?
yes.
Well, we should probably change that first of all.
Okay.
Because if you're going to sell, if you're going to go through all the effort, which you're struggling with now, but we'll figure it out. If you go through all the effort to sell something and it's a one-time purchase, I don't know if that's going to help you, but it'll keep you very hungry. It's basically what everyone does on social media. You like partner with some big sponsor, you're like, oh sweet, I made $1,000, and then you're going to have to bust ass and do it again very soon. And pretty soon you'll get through your audience. So it makes you dependent on the traffic side. The beauty of school is that you can do the MRR thing. It's probably like the most desirable business model you could put together. And for those who are starting, I strongly recommend you begin with a ton of free value, like what you're doing, Anna, and then a high ticket offer. That's it. Don't release a low and a high. Don't have two communities. Just have one community that does free and high. And then as you're giving a bunch of free value, which is going to be the thing that you do first and foremost, like up in front all the way, the backside of it is you can ascend people later when they're like, oh, so much goodwill, I love this. You can practice your sales techniques, which, there's lots of stuff that's available online, but we can certainly review some of those later and get them into a high ticket program. So that way, if they're not ready, well, great, stay free. I still give you this value here, but if you're ready for me to help you implement the thing or like do the thing all together, that's the paid version. Does that make sense?
Yes. And now, how to structure that high ticket? Because the value in my community right now, it's like my input, my one-on-ones, and it's not scalable.
Yeah. Well, you're doing that for free, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you basically take all that stuff and you start moving it to the high ticket. You still give away the information, like, yeah, here it is. If you want to do it yourself, go to town, right? Like similar to Goosify or most of the big communities here. There's like a certain amount of information they'll give away for free. The more you're comfortable doing that, the better it is, because people are like, that's amazing. I feel indebted. And so later when you're selling a thing, they're like, okay, well, I already have all this free information I didn't have to do anything for. Maybe they can help me implement the thing, right? So information implementation, those are pretty much a pretty good way of looking at it. So if the one-on-one is going to help with the implementation, which is what it sounds like, then that should be the paid thing. You can start it free for now, but eventually you're going to, as you can feel it, there's a lot of stress and pressure because you want to help these people out, but it doesn't pay for anything, right? So what you do is slowly move that to your paid side. and high
Okay.
tickets, not low ticket.
What for free? How high ticket?
I would probably say like $3,000 and above. That's what I would consider a high ticket thing. And so probably like a lot of times when we're first doing this, the big challenge is going to be psychologically being comfortable with asking for $3,000 for a thing. If you fast forward 1 year after you've been doing that, the crazy part is that I mean, honestly, when you're just starting out, I'll give you my first version. Like the one that I see that's the most successful is like a 2,500. A 2,500 is like a comfortable amount that seems to do really well out there, which is, hey, I can do this thing for you, and you just do a banger job, right? Um, this is to your general audience, to people who are like getting stuff from you and are excited about it. So 2,500, 3,000, start with that. Get over the psychology of like, am I going to be worth this thing, right? If you this is like the package for when you've got a little audience that you're working with. Does that make sense?
Yes, in theory, it totally does.
Okay.
I'm afraid because I work with Latin American people. We are poor.
So there are still people that have that kind of money there. I'm sure there's a couple of communities you could emulate their price structure on. We see all different versions of it. But yeah, it is a different market, so it is a little bit more challenging, which, you know, maybe it's worth considering, okay, then maybe this market isn't the one I start with.
Okay.
Can I add something for you, Anna? I live in Slovenia, and there's no market here for me to do high ticket. I mean, people's basic annual salary, I mean, monthly salary is about 1,000 to 1,500 euros a month. And even my one off calls is like 375 an hour to 500 an hour. No one's going to pay that here. So what do? I'm generating my client base from Canada, from the U.S. market, and word of mouth. Get that one client, get them to word of mouth, get you another client, and you do it in a way that it's subtle. And that's one way to do it. And that's the way I've been doing it. So I have like three more clients coming to me because of the other clients referring them. So that's another way to do it. But don't just focus in your just because you're in South America and limit yourself with this belief. Oh, I'm in South America. We are poor. Well, you have the whole fucking world. You have the internet. Everything is right there for you. But and what you said, oh, I'm not good at sales. But it sounds like you have this kind of false belief about I'm not good at sales, so therefore I'm not good at this. And this false belief is keeping you stuck. So if you deal with that, you are anybody's a good salesperson. It's a learn. You just have to learn it and then trust that you can do it,
Yep.
right?
Very
And
well
then
said.
once you do that, once you get into practice, once you get your first and your second, your third, and by the fifth or tenth person, when you practice that sales, you're going to be like, oh my god! For example, if I'll just go a little bit longer here, I was thinking about this morning. I have a friend whose father is a real estate developer. He learned how he went from being an alcoholic to being a multi-million dollar real estate developer, right? How did he do that? Well, he put his intention, his belief on this one idea, and then once you understood the structure of how to make money, oh, I could sell a cup of coffee. Well, if I could sell a cup of coffee to this person for $3.50, I can sell a program to someone for 3,500 a month, and that's what I'm doing. I believe that there are people out there, and I know there are people out there that will pay 3,500 a month, that will pay 5,000 a month, that will pay 10,000 a month. But you have to believe and trust that those people are there, as Goose said. That's my
Thank you.
5 cents.
Okay. Thanks, Wally. Now, assuming last question. I promise.
Love your questions. They're
These
really
are
good.
great.
Yeah.
Assuming that I catch, I don't know, Spanish speaking language rich people in Florida, I don't know, somewhere else that can pay me. And I have my free stuff. I have the free community and some free calls with classrooms in behavioral, how in actions. They send me a message. That's what's happening right now with a thank you, a feedback. And I have in place, let's assume that I have in place my high ticket offer. What is in that offer? It's some other, it's access to another classrooms, it's access to time with me, it's a
Time with
mixture
you.
of both.
Yeah,
What
calls. Time with
call?
you. Yes, because you're the product in this case. And also I wanted to mention, because like that's not really clear. To me, it was mind-boggling at first when I first figured it out. But high ticket, it doesn't have to be like a monthly thing. It could be a yearly or 6 months coaching or whatever, you know? So it could be like not monthly. So $3,000, it could be like for a year calls with you once a month or once a week or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, I like that approach.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much what I see out there work the best, because if you're gonna work with someone for a year and they're gonna pay you 3 grand for it, like that's a pretty good place to start. And you only need a handful of those to get going. And sure, you will ideally have to get like one, maybe two clients per month. But then guess what? If you were really communicating and working well with these people, well, then you only have to do it for 11 months, because then they all re up in 1 year. So the annual model is actually really nice. And I agree with Ro on that.
Okay. Okay, so
I'd like,
high ticket, I know. Thanks. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, very good
yeah,
discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're very
yeah.
welcome.
It's
I
and it's
think
awesome
there's two
because
things.
sorry, Gus, go ahead.
I think there's two things here that are standing out to me. I hear this one a lot from the community, is like first clients. What's that like? How do you get that down and then make sure that's something that you can scale? So that's something that I will be spending a lot of time on, pretty much starting this next month. And the other one too, there is another option that's kind of accessible, especially through school, which is brought up a lot, which is the networking growth. I guess you could call it a model, but it's like the equivalent of. Alex talks about this a lot, I think, in some of his content. Oh, here's a good one. So when I won the school games, but before I worked at school, right? There's a lot of winners that would come in to the school games events, but like none of them would get hired. They were just going through the thing, right? So why was I hired when, like, let me ask, why hire Goose other than the fact that he was an extrovert, right?
I mean, I know why, but I'm not gonna tell
Okay,
because it's
let's
not
guess.
fair.
Let's guess. Who has a guess why? Why would school hire Goose amidst all the
I
people that are winning?
I think it's because your ability to connect with people and
Huh,
understand the base and foundation of community.
Sure.
cool. All
Yeah.
right.
I
Any other
think
guess?
I think you
If I
brought a
was,
lot.
you go, Chenny.
I think you brought a lot of value to the whole school arena.
Hmm.
You changed the dynamic, um, taking it from a nice online platform and creating an online offline
That
dynamic.
was before though. Like,
That was before that.
yeah, he started doing IRLs after. I said too much. Anyways,
Was
every
it was part of the reason that you weren't just like another person who won, but rather like becoming somewhat of a power user, so you were more known as a winner?
yeah,
Also a
that's
contributor
also
for
a good
sure.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
and the
yeah,
and
I'm
the
actually really
commercials,
glad. Sorry.
and the commercials.
No, that's
Well, yeah,
after. That was way
all of
after.
those things, all of those things did come later. So yeah, all of
Yeah, I
those
know,
things
I
are
know.
true, and they did contribute to it. But there was one thing that happened before all of that stuff that made the rest of that possible. So this is the networking growth model, like the like with the big guys versus the first client. So I want to point out there's more than one way. This is another common one that I see. When I went there to the School Games event, before I was doing a bunch of research, I was like, how could this be better? Right? Because I had heard it was kind of a snooze fest. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can fill that. So I brought a speaker, right? I also brought a bunch of merch that I made. I spent $5,000 on merch. Sorry, $1,000 on merch. $1,000 on merch to get that together. And then I spent $5,000 on a mansion and invited people on my own that were School Games winners to come stay there. It didn't cover the cost. So the money that I had made from the School Games win, I spent on making the School Games event better. No one asked me. I didn't check in with anybody. I just did it, right? And the leadership saw it. And so when they saw it, then they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, these definitely had to be plugged. And then from that point, I then kept doing free shit. That was it. In fact, I was losing money. I was giving myself away in those rooms because I cared about the thing. Like, even if I walked away and they never hired me for it, because that wasn't the goal. It was just, I love this. That's how much I love this, that I would love for this to be what I do. And so this is something that Alex talks about a lot. You just find your crew, right? Whatever it is. Someone like Alex or Sam, they don't need anything from you, right? But what if you found something and then just like gave time freely away for it? Well, that's what happened. And about a month and a half, almost like 2 months of doing that, of just like spending all the money I had made and a bunch of my time, eventually Sam's like, you're really fucking good at this. Maybe, right? And then here we are 2 years later. But no matter how good I was at community at the time or any of those other points that you guys brought up, it wasn't the first one. So I want to point out there's two, and there's another one here too that we can go through. But one is high value giving. Like, imagine being in a room with someone like Alex and he doesn't need anything from you. But if you could give him something, right, he might see the value in that later. Then there's the first clients bit, making sure you have a high ticket offer, especially if it's annual. Thank you, Ro, for pointing that out. If it's annual, it gives you a lot more freedom of control on that, and you get to prove yourself in the first few. Any questions about those first two?
That's awesome. I have right now. My school's community is set up that way. I have
Nice.
I have a lot of, like, for Renewing the Man. It's like I have like 6 videos there, which is like what Nick and I determined was enough value to go and ask, like, what is your why and this, and to give him enough confidence and to build the trust. They go and they start going through that. I have a guy going through it now from Poland. He's like really happy about the free stuff, and he goes, you know what, I do. At one point, when he gets financially more stable, because he just came back from Thailand, he's like, I definitely want to hire you for one-on-one coaching. So so there's, so I have the freemium, and then I have my premium, and then I have my VIP. My free is free. My premium is 6,600 for the year, and then my VIP right now is set at 10,000 a month, and that's like me holding your hand, interactive daily, and even flying out to see you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So exactly, you have a very similar structure to that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Any other thoughts about that or questions? Maybe similarities, like Wally said. Is anyone else having the same effect where whoever's talking, I can only hear the voice? I don't see the images swapping over. Okay, cool. So I'm not alone here.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I've been following Alex Hormozi's model, and I've been giving away a lot for free for a long while already. So I'm wondering, when is the point where I go from free to paid? Like, what's that bridge where I feel like I solidified the value? I proved it. I tested it. The results are profound. So I wonder, what is that bridge that takes me from free to paid?
Great question. Yeah, there's probably no hard and fast rule on this one, but something you can do is reach out to your members and let them know, hey, if we could, and remember the point of value here, it's something that's faster, easier, or lower risk. That's why people pay for something faster, easier, or lower risk. So you would basically come in and be like, hey, if I made everything I was just given to you faster, easier, and lower risk, would you pay for a service that I did with you for that?
Can I jump in?
Sorry?
Can I jump in on this one?
Yeah. Ryan, is that you? I can't see you, but I can hear your voice.
Yeah, I'm
right.
here somewhere in the deep web.
I see.
I think with your free content, the question of like, am I giving too much away for free? Don't treat it as you're giving people away for free. And I think that the issue we have with this is in our school community, when you were generally solving someone's problem for them through like a post or a comment, to some degree that is implementation because you were giving them more personalized support through comments. But the content around YouTube content, videos, information, like just keep steamrolling that. Keep giving all of that out for free. Keep showing people that, because that creates the wow effect and even the how at the same time. But people have to do it themselves. So the DIY. When you sell and when you want people to pay, it's because you want to dive deeper into into their problem more specifically, so more individualized attention. And you do that through group calls, you do that through one-on-one. And so try to not look at, oh, I'm giving out so much information for free, because the information is everywhere. The way that you say it is differently. That's why people follow you and listen to you, because that becomes your brand. You can talk about the same topic someone else shares, but they will like it just because you wear a different sweater to someone else, or you're dressed in rainbow coloring and I'm wearing black. You know, like that's how that works. And so don't ever think, don't turn off like the water hose of information and the reason why people are there in the first place. Don't turn that off and actually step into implementing. And one of the core problems that most people have with too much value for free is like a good example that I have a lot is someone's like, oh, hey, Ryan, can you roast my about page? And I'm like, well, no, that's reserved for my premium members. But, you know, here are like the 3 core pieces of information I find help me build a better page. That number one, in turn, changes the behavior to, hey, you're a free member. Don't ask for personalized support. That's what people pay for. But when we're starting out in our communities, we really want to help those people. And so we have to almost start to create that little bit of a divide between your information not being general specific implementation. Because if someone asks you to review them or hop on a call for 30 minutes or go through a process with them for free, yes, it's information, but you're analyzing their specific problem. And one of my members shared this in our community, where she runs like a health practitioner's like doctor's office basically. And the session with her is 60 minutes to go through health and to figure out everything that she needs to, everything that the client needs help with. And then when that person comes back after the 60 minutes is over, they're like, oh, I've just got this really quick 5-minute question. But to her, she knows it's not 5 minutes because she needs to ask more and more questions to actually dissect what is happening with them on a medical term. And you want to treat that the same in your business. So don't turn off all of that free value. Keep sending that and do more of it. Like take what your competitors do and create content about that and share it online and make it harder for people in that space, but sell more of the implementation or sell more of personalized support. And I think it was Anna who was saying before, like, in my high ticket offer, like, do I just give them more support or more calls or anything? Just give them the outcome that they get by working with you, number one. So I will help you go from no sales to your first sale. And it doesn't matter how you do that. We can meet at McDonald's every single week. That's how I like to implement this process, but you will get that outcome. It doesn't matter if you do one-on-one calls, WhatsApp support, all of your product, which is your standardized way in delivering the service. Make sure that you just always sell the outcome, because then it doesn't matter how you deliver it. And that will like really help sell it, because I've done this with cohorts one-on-one. I just say, do you agree that you want this outcome? They say yes. And I say, awesome. It doesn't matter what I say next, because they have agreed that they want the outcome. And by paying the money, they in turn will eventually get that outcome. And that's how you want to sell it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
well said. That's great. I like your little steamy volcano behind you too. So
Yeah,
that's
Sophie got it for my birthday. It's like
That's
I just turned it on. It's fun. I saw everyone like smiling. I was like, oh, don't get distracted. But like, what are they smiling at? Like, do I have like a booger on my nose or something? What's going on? And I'm running I think I've got orchid
Yeah, I can
flavor.
smell it.
Orchid.
Oh, cool! It
Yeah.
got
Well, you guys can
insect.
smell that? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. It's the
I
new
have
what do they call it? The school call. This new school call upgrade is smells included.
yeah, heard that. Last little gem, and then I'm meeting Jesse Kroon at Thailand, supposedly.
Nice.
At 7-Eleven to watch school news. And I don't know if he's gonna show up, but I don't want to not show up on the basis that he might not be there.
Yeah.
But my last like little like gem that I love to do at the start of calls, because I know Goose, you don't have this problem because everyone loves to engage and talk, but so many people in communities might have members that are quiet. I asked my members to show like a random item at the start of a call. And I remember like someone holding up like an essential oil, and it was like lavender oil. And I asked them about it. Then I was like, oh, where's my lavender oil? And start doing it. There's a fun thing everyone can do in their community. We just say, hold up a random item next to you. And then you can learn something about someone in a different way that kind of pulls them out of, the learning format of calls. I find it makes it easier to go from the guru to community thing that you've always spoken about too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Those things are a lot of fun. The show and tell. I love that.
Yeah.
Totally read that. Yeah. What was that? Was that helpful? What Ryan was saying? There's a lot baked in there. That's like there's levels to it for sure. And I think that's a really good way of looking at it.
I feel where I'm at, right, especially with a school platform. I do feel called to share more my personal self more than just information, giving for free, especially as I am building my community, and it will take time till I will convert whatever I'm presently giving away into a paid tier or a paid something. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm feeling called to lead. Especially school, people are not so interested in learning independently. It's so community based.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that makes sense. And I know I asked what's that bridge, but I have a sense that I will know when that time will come. Like the ripe time will come, and I will know when I'm ready to convert and add a freemium or something to the community where I probably will reach a point where I can't give away for free anymore. And
Are you saying from an information point of view, or you can't give away your time for free anymore?
My time, yeah, and
Your
everything
time.
that I'm doing, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, when you create social content, that's free content and information. Like, are you entertainment based or more educational based with your content?
Well, I'm not. It's an experience that I offer, so it's not entertainment and it's not education, although it's educational. But
Yeah.
it is, it's more experiential and it's transformational, I would say. So
Can you give people the taste? Can you give people the trial of the experience before they get the whole thing? Like, can they get a slice of the cheesecake before they get the full cheesecake? To get them in, because otherwise, like, if I haven't watched something from you and I don't know anything about you, this is all I know is you right now. I've never seen your content. I've never interacted with you online. Like, I don't have, like, when I say like from YouTube or I have nothing. So why would I give you money? Even if you put an offer in front of me that might be so fucking good and just capture me at all levels, I haven't had anything. Like, you could just take your exact brand and just type in exactly what you do into YouTube and then watch heaps of other people that are giving me stuff for free. And then I build more of a relationship with them first before I want to jump in. Like, I watched 4 hours of an entrepreneur from Australia and I was ready to hand over 30K without even hopping on a sales call, because he had free value that he creates because he can talk to so many more people. It's not saying that what you do doesn't work or any, I just have no idea what it is in the first place. And so like when I started on school, same with like Goose, it's like I just dedicated 17 hours a day to just commenting and talking to people for free before I even made my first dollar. And so like I just get nervous when you say you want to turn off the free thing if the free thing is if
No,
it's
I have a
free
YouTube
and
channel.
helping. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying turning off the free. Yeah,
It's
I'm
like the time it's like the time spent.
whatever I'm sharing now essentially could go under a paid like a wall, but I'm sharing it for free for the time being, until I develop enough of a community, because this is community based, where this can become a life of its own almost, by the community having this experience and it already is living, and only then start adding, this is all I'm giving and there's great value, and then it's a certain amount of money to join this community. Does that make sense?
Shani, what about the 7-day trial thing? Then, you have it set up for paid. They come in, they got 7 days to experience you, and that if they make a decision they want to stay, you get paid, girl.
I'll consider that. I know I'm not there yet, so yeah, I was just curious, what's that sign in the sky?
I don't think there is a sign. Like I get paid like $500 an hour now, or 2,000 a month to do one-on-one calls to talk to people like I'm talking to you, and I'm just here because it's fun. And I'm like, I just share like what I know or what I've gone through, or I make a post about something in Schoolers, or I respond and help someone, or I send a Loom video. But then if I was like, oh, well, if I wanted to scale, then you would have a conversation about doing it in a structured basis, which I think is the outcome. It's like don't hold back on giving, because I think Kirby talks about it. It's like it's a one credit of value given is like $1 that comes back your way. And so it's like I'm not here for any of that. I just like to help and talk about it because it keeps me fresh. So I think if you turn it off, or you think about it in a way like I should be getting paid for this, it's like, well, yes, but do it in a way where your members almost are asking you, can I pay you for this? I think that's when the switch happens in your business, because it's like kind of what all of us have experienced. I know Goose has had it. I've had it. So many other people I've worked with is like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, how do I pay you money? Pretty much to get more of your time, but it's them asking, can you help me solve my specific problem faster, better, and like with less stress that comes with it? And so I just don't want you to step into a mindset of like turning it off. It's like, yes, they should pay for it, but like they're really just buying an outcome. They're really buying a transformation rather than, oh, this information is more advanced or this. It's like you should make that decision based on your ICP and who's actually inside of your community, and whether or not they need to understand advanced information, because they might not even be ready for that. And then that's what you can also sell, because you want to charge someone more for that specific thing. Does that help or make sense? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm leading in that direction, and yeah, I trust the process.
Hell yeah.
Ryan, you said something before that really struck me, which was really awesome. And I believe in creating that free value, like that lead generator, and basically having that free material should kind of be there consistent. And then, the way I'm looking at it is to just raise biannual at a later date. Once there's enough people, there's enough information there for people to say, hey, this is a trusted community and there's actual value here. Then once you get going, I see going from 6,600 and then potentially bringing that up to 9,000, for the year, for the annual, right? And then what you said too is like, especially with social media, Instagram, YouTube, and all that, and people not knowing you and creating that value, giving it away for free. And it's funny because you said between entertainment and informational, And I saw this guy who went from basically talking about motorcycles on Instagram, and then now he's only doing plants. And the way he's doing his social media is like purely entertainment. And I'm like, how can I bring healing inner child facilitation and this, but make it entertainment, but also make it information at the same
Hmm.
time? And because it's like I like what Goose does and what this other guy does. It's basically you're adding value, you're having fun, you're making light of, but it's yet still serious enough that you see that there is value here. This isn't fun. Like, oh, I want to connect with this guy. I want to know this guy. I want to be part of their community. I want to know, it's like the same thing with Goose. It's like, if it wasn't for Goose and seeing his ads, I wouldn't be in Goose. I wouldn't be in school. It was like this motherfucking guy with his watermelon outfits, like, hi, I do 10,000, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this guy's awesome.
That's exactly how he says
And
it.
it's
I gotta go. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
All
Later,
right.
Yeah, I hear you,
But
Wally.
no, I really, so I like, and I'm trying to find my face for social media. I'm trying to find, not let's say my character, like my authentic self that basically wants to bring fun to the work or fun to the what it is that I'm potentially going to offer and help people solve their problems with.
Mhm.
So I think and that is like, yeah, have the freemium, keep it there, keep something there consistent, which is like the you know the lead, the lead prospecting. Have something there so you have that trust that they go and they read and they go and you always have something that connects with them in the beginning that gets them to sign up to your program. And that's how
Mhm.
I'm viewing it now.
Yeah, big time. I know what you're saying. And yeah, if you're able to lean on those levers, that's what they are. It'll call very loudly to certain people because that makes you stand out from the crowd. It's a big part of it.
Yeah, I guess just to recap what I'm now realizing my question was, I think I'm in this place where you were in the beginning with Sam. I think I'm in this place where I'm just giving for free because I want to give. And yeah, and the old me was like, give me that sign where when am I going to start making, but I know that I don't really need that sign. Like if I just continue coming from this place, like I'm working with the universe and I love what I do. And like the universe has my back financially. Like I don't
Oh,
have to worry about that. So yeah, the answer came as this whole conversation was
I
happening.
love what you do, and
Very
the
well said.
universe always has our back, always.
Yeah.
And I wanted to add something, and like I wanted to say it to Ryan, but he left. So anyway, I mean to all of us, but in response to what Ryan said, because there's a connection there, and what I've done and worked for me, and what I have heard worked for other people that are in school that have been here a very long time, long before us. So it is when people actually come to you and ask you, how do I work with you more? How do I get more of you? And that's when you make something for them. Don't worry about the scalability and all that crap. It comes later. How can you help this one person? How can this one person work with you only? What they want, give them what they want, what they need. And it would unfold naturally. What's the next step? Aligning itself. And I've done that with like all my things in my life in the past. You hear this background noise?
What? Oh, the
You don't
bird?
hear?
Yeah, but
Oh,
canaries.
there's quite a few things. That's okay. If it's just the bird, that's cool. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Can I a follow up? And because of what one of the things Ryan said, and I'm in that moment where people come and ask me for more, and I know I have some already ready information, YouTube videos or templates or things that I've done since 2021, and I can handle them that. And I'm like feeling guilty to tell them, okay, but pay me to tell you what I already done for free to others. That's my inner struggle. But psychological.
You
I
got
don't know.
paid for it and now you get rewarded.
Sorry, what?
So you already invested in it and now you get rewarded because of the investment that you made. It's just like what comes to you naturally and what you deserve.
Okay, but it's there. It's in the internet. I can just give them the link. It's like, there you are. Why would I charge you for something that I've done and many others have access for free?
What can you help them with that they don't have access to?
Me.
That's not on the internet. Okay, do they know that?
Good
I see
question.
the light bulb. I see the light bulb
Hey,
right there. I
hey.
love it.
Yeah, it's exactly
I,
right.
and I and I picked up Anna. If I can be direct here, I picked up something here because of just the way you spoke and the way you spoke, and it's almost like there's a something around lack and the self belief that you can't do this, but you can, and you're doing it, and you're worried about this and the why. I mean, the how. Don't worry about the how, just do it. Don't worry about it. I think you're spending so much time on what if, what if, what if. Well, what if you just shut that part of you off and just committed to taking this action in this direction, and stay stuck over here saying, "Oh, they're not going to pay me," and then have that kind of the background kind of pulling you away from it. Just believe that, yeah, people are going to be there. They're going to pay you for your time. They're right there. They're waiting for you. They're waiting to receive you.
Can I add something, Anna? So when you have something online, is there more value if you do it together with them? They have it online, but you're doing it together with them. You're taking them through the process, one-on-one, hand-holding. Will it make it easier for them? Will it be faster, more effective?
They tell me so, but I've learned from the experience more than they do. Or that's what I think. I don't know. I don't know.
I think
Probably.
in your case, it might be something about perceived value. You know,
You're on it.
perceived value of like what you have online for free. Like, why should I pay Anna money if I can just get the templates and get the fuck out of here? What if you can actually either do it with them, maybe? And like, you're speaking of templates. I mean, do you know how many people just can't really even use Canva? If I don't know if that's something that you could implement as working with you as like done for you. I'll do this, a list of things. I'm just going there to make you think about the hypothetical resolution, not telling you what to do or anything. But it's just, I think that people just have not seen what they could accomplish with working with you one-on-one, for example, if you have high ticket. Now, for low tickets, that's a different story.
And I have a place where you could start. Have you done any beta clients?
Do what? What kind of
So-
client?
She's new. Yeah, she's new to Boostify. So when you thought that, yeah, she hasn't been to your trainings.
Okay. So a really good in between, because a lot of where you're at right now is the psychological barrier of perceived value to yourself and to others. So in order to get over that, one thing that we use that works really well is beta clients, which is, hey, I'm going to do this thing that I usually charge $3,000 for, but for you, it's free. Just give me a testimonial, a badass testimonial, if I deliver badass results for you. And then by the time you're done with, ideally, it's a very short program. It shouldn't be like more than a week. You just give them results within 1 week. What should happen is if you record all the calls, it's its own course now. You can give that away for free, more information, more lead magnet. And then on top of that, you'll have a testimonial, which you get on the final day that you can now use. And because you went through it with them, you will have more confidence too, because they'll have a bit of a result and you'll have a bit of a formula for how it works.
And then you can charge for that. Now, we just did something similar with Honey here. It was a 3-day workshop. And the problem with this is that like the results will be a little bit delayed. Like Goose gives a really good example with dating and making this happen, you know, through the 7-day process. And, you know, first day is just going to create profile on a dating app or whatever. And that's already a win, and let it develop in the next few days. And that's how you see what they need and just show up, and no pressure, no nothing. You just want a testimonial at the end. And yes, it becomes a program later on. Now, in Honey's case, that was extremely valuable. But the thing is that her results will come later. And sure, we're all going to give her testimonials if there are results. Now, I'm doing the work, but how are we assuring that the rest of the people are doing the work? So there's like a little bit of a difference, but yes, we did something very similar for 3 days. It was epic. And I'm doing the work now, so I can give her honest feedback and testimonial, and you know, create this with her.
Will
But you
do.
can't
And I'm going to
guarantee that
second
they're
that.
doing the work.
It was
Sorry?
amazing.
You were
It
there,
was
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Are you doing the work though?
I think that's what I provide. That's what I could provide as a membership, and I do provide it now for free, which is doing this work together with you on a weekly basis and to practice it together. And of course, Rosita, you're an outlier, and you do the work independently without support. But most people need support. So I think that can become like an annual membership where here is the practice, and then we meet once a week or however often, and we do it together as a practice.
Yeah, that's right.
Can I?
This
May
actually,
I?
oh yeah, please, Deborah, go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. So one of the things that I shied away from a really long time, but actually started just saying is like, hey, you can do this all by yourself. But if you're anything like me, you might need some hand holding. You might need somebody to do it with you. And that's what I offer. And so if you want the results and you've had a hard time doing it on your own, because let's be honest, how often do we, do those things? Then come and join me. And, for the first 3 people who sign up, it's this, and everyone else, it's this. So come and join me. It's going to be fun. It's so much better when we do it in connection. I mean, I talk about sex and relationships, so that's all about doing it together. But it was a tricky thing for me to actually step forward and say, hey, y'all, I can help you. I can, I'm not going to be in the room with you, but I can certainly hold your, support you in getting more of what you want. Because, this is a conversation we don't have with other people, but like really just being that bold. And it made all the difference of actually just saying like, naming the thing. So thanks for letting me jump in.
Deborah,
Well done.
Deborah, that was awesome. The way that
Yes.
you came on that, right? The excitement
Yeah.
that you brought, and the way you delivered that just now was awesome. It made me want to like sign up for that. But I don't have anybody to have sex with right now. But who knows?
Yes,
But
yes, Daniel.
but but
You're a friend.
it was like the way you got on the call, and the way you presented that. Like let me hold your hand. The excitement, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like what I was saying. Like how do you bring that level of it felt like an infomercial from like the 90s to me, the way you presented that. It was like fucking awesome. right? And it's like, oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. You know,
Wait,
and that was the fun and something serious that you brought to the table, and that makes people want to sign up.
how with the same structure, because you give us the sales pitch that was awesome. Now the ask for feedback request, it's like I get the feedback. How do I ask permission to share that? Because I already have testimonials, I already done that, I work with the people and I help people, and but I don't know how to ask them to share that experience.
Okay, I come to you and I tell you, Anna, thank you so much for the free shit. Appreciate you. It was great. It works great. What are you gonna?
You're
You'll be like,
welcome.
Thank you. Well, no, I mean, is there anything else you can do for me? Because like, I got a shit ton of money want to give you. What can you do for me?
I go blank.
Okay, that's your
my
homework.
problem.
That's your homework.
Okay.
You see, that's what I was picking up before. That's the insecurity operating system, false belief operating system that you're holding about yourself. You're going blank because you don't feel that you deserve it or something. There's something in there that's stopping you from allowing you to believe that you deserve it. So, you know, when you ask for, like, hey, this was amazing. Hey, do you mind? Hey, you know, like, since you got a lot of value from what was given to you for free, do you feel that you could give me a testimonial? Maybe on video? Yeah. And then, yes, sure. You know, people will do it if you just ask for it.
I saw
Yeah,
another light bulb.
I did with
And
clients. I went on a video with them on a Zoom. I told them this is a testimonial video, and we recorded both. And I asked questions. I asked specific questions, you know, where they were and, you know, about the value. And then I took just their part and I created a testimonial from just their part.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I say
Anna,
something? Oh, go
Yeah,
for it.
please.
go ahead.
Brittany.
Danny.
Danny.
Two
Yeah.
names in one, double the fun.
Yeah.
So
love it.
on my
Yo, what's up,
testimonial
Danny?
form, what was that?
I said, "What's up, dude?"
What's up? How you doing? On my testimonial form, I have a little thing that they answer. I mean, video testimonials are obviously better, but if you do written testimonials, one of the questions says, "Can I use your testimonial, you know, for promotion or on anything like that, my website and all that?" And then I say, "Can I use your name or would you like to be anonymous?" And so I don't know. That's how I do it. And then it's just easy questions they can answer.
That's cool.
And then when Rositza, is that, I say your name?
It's Ro. Just Ro, please.
Just Ro. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Ro.
Yeah.
When you were saying like, I have all this money I want to give you to Anna, and then you went blank, it made me think of this Hormozy video that I watched that was, I'll try to find it and send it to you. But he was talking about that. He's like, okay, here's your offer and this is how much you charge. Well, what if you charged, like, what if you added a 0 or 2? Then what would you give to people? You know, what if people were paying that amount? Like, just let your mind go wild and expand. Like, what could I create for someone if they gave me that much money, you know? And it was really fun exercise for me to journal on what that would be. So I'll try to find that video for you.
Yeah, post it in the right. That would be great for a lot of people, because this convo is pretty relevant for a lot of people in everywhere in school, not just in the SFI.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Thank
Love that
you.
this turned into a group coaching for Anna. That's awesome.
No,
Yeah.
group coaching for everybody. These are the best calls. They always,
Yeah.
if you can get them to perform like this, one of the best parts about teaching is that you learn the fastest from it. So this kind of repeated exposure is actually really, really good for the entire group. It's my favorite. If it doesn't happen every time, you need like a quality group of dudes. So glad to have you.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. So I'm gonna finish off here. I think. Wow. Wow, is the hour all over? Holy shit!
Yeah, it's already.
I need to go on
I was just
another call.
talking.
Oh my god! Yeah, you guys have to see the school news. We're releasing some cool stuff on the front. Anyway, so to conclude, you're all amazing. Jesus, that went really fast. I will make sure that the cohort information is out there soon, but a lot of it, I'm still gathering data on it because I want to make sure, like, this is unlike any other cohort that I've seen. It's literally a mastermind-based thing. So I'll be working with this handful of people throughout the year on implementing these things. It sounds like a big one is first clients, and then pricing, networking, like basically all of these kind of beginning pieces. Because it makes sense too. Because if the foundations are not set, even if you're making money in the future, you'll have to recraft them at some point. So this is really helpful. And if you have any additional thoughts or questions, please reach out to myself or Ro. But you're all fabulous, and I had a really good time today. So I hope you did too. All right, you weenies.
Hey, good. Hey, Goose, I can't wait to meet you. I'm at the top of the leaderboard, so you better prepare yourself, man.
Am I not the only
Party.
one with the middle fingers? Come on.
Oh, yeah, middle fingers.
Yeah.
There were middle fingers.
No,
There we
you're
go.
not. I was there.
What
All right.
about the
Love you, dude.
Wasaid.
I love you. Bye.
Later.